888-201-2244. You're listening all across the country. Why do you care about Texas? Just like Massachusetts, this is a true Ron Paul, dyed-in-the-wool patriot constitutionalist who is the dark horse candidate. We've got a month or so out to the election. Early voting starts in late February. And she could be our next governor. We've got the time. She's gone from 5 points in the polls to up to 20 points, rising against Perry, rising against K-Baby. Every poll I saw, 90% to 68 being the lowest. She's going to go over that. This is amazing. People saying she's winning all the debates. The buzz is massive. Debra Medina running for governor on the Republican ticket. The primary coming up in a month. Good to have you here with us.
Great to be back with you, Alex.
I want to get into what you'll do as governor and why we absolutely must have you against these fake conservative globalists, Kay Bailey Hutchinson and Rick Perry. And they're trying to take Austin over. The UN admits it's the star in their crown to get around Congress and take over with their environmental taxes locally. But before we get to that, talk about the debate, the poll numbers coming out. The debate polls, some 90%, the lowest 68. Tell us about that, Deborah.
Well, it's been, really exciting. I think we keep clearing the hurdles in stellar fashion. I was never a track star, but I seem to be getting over the political ones pretty well. And it's real credit to patriots all over Texas and across the country. I think that's one of the things that has been really encouraging to my family in particular is to see how powerful this message is, not just here in our state, but around the country as people really are looking to Texas. I've got doubling the staff in our campaign office there in Wharton. We're running all of the distribution of supplies and stuff out of the Wharton office, and those ladies that are working there have known me for 15 years, and they're just shaking their heads and saying, this is just incredible. You've been saying this stuff for forever, and all of a sudden people are calling the office and they're in tears, either tears because they're hurting and they see what we're offering as a solution to the problems that they've been dealing with this overbearing government, or they're crying because they're so grateful that someone is in fighting the battle, and people are just joining up every day. I just got back from gathering of over 200 people in Crane, Texas, a little small town, but they drove from Lubbock and Abilene and San Angelo to get there and listen to this message and figure out how we're going to fight. The battle is far from over. We got a lot of work to do. As you indicated, we've got some time to get it done, but shoe leather, elbow grease, and dollars, we need them. We need all hands on deck. About 30 days left here. So
give us the website.
MedinaForTexas.com.
MedinaForTexas.com. Deborah, you are the only choice for governor. The Democrats, globalists, New World Order, big taxes, want to loot Texas. You pointed out to Perry that he passed this business tax, which is really a state income tax. It's hitting us hard here at this operation already. The state comptroller told us get ready for it to double in 2011. I mean, we're talking about an 8% tax on everything we do here. Texas has not been as bad hit by the deep recession as other states, but it's really getting bad. I mean, I drive around Austin. I went to buy some baby supplies at a place in North Austin, and more than half the shops in a formerly very vibrant area were shut down. Across the street from my house, a strip center, more than half the shops are closing down. Others tell me they're closing down. I mean, this state is falling apart. And meanwhile, I have Bloomberg, I have The Statesman, I have News Radio 590, cap and trade, $2.6 billion in 3 years, a new tax. The UN brags on their own site that Austin is falling to the UN. They can't get the Senate to pass the cap and trade bill, so Austin's going to put a huge tax on natural gas, a tax on homes, home inspectors. They're harassing people that cut down cedar trees in their own businesses. I mean, we already have, the city of Austin is a criminal group. We need your help. We need you as governor. The state is investigating. For those that don't know, a city can't just do whatever it wants and violate state law. What would you do as governor to block this UN takeover? Here's Bloomberg. States to lead carbon markets as federal plan stalls. This is the Alamo in Austin, Deborah. We need you. I mean, I'm like Travis here in Austin calling for, calling for Sam Houston.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
send reinforcements quick, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. I mean, literally. I mean, we've got the crooks here.
Well, you know, I've been saying for a long time, Alex, and I think you have too, government begins at home. It begins right in our own backyard. We don't just have a governor's race coming up on March 2nd. We better get out there and start talking to these men and women that are running for state rep, state senate, U.S. Congress, make sure that they understand what a constitutional republic is supposed to look like, that they understand freedom. But specifically to your carbon tax question in Austin, I've said that for some time as well. I had a U.S. congressman here in Texas alert me to the fact, he said, Deborah, I don't think the carbon tax is going to pass the Congress, but the EPA is going to implement it anyway. We have got to have states that will stand up and say, no authority. You have no authority here, and you're not going to do that. But
what would you do as governor? Because the city of Austin is going to put an even bigger tax in than what the UN called for. I have a direct link to the city council right here.
Yeah, I'm reading it on the website as we're talking. You know, they're going to charge 5 cents per kilowatt hour, 5.7 cents per kilowatt hour. It looks like. Instead of the 3.65 that they were charging previously to be able to.
That's a third increase on power. I mean, this is going to kill people.
Right. In a time when we're having an unseasonably cold winter and bills are already very high because they want to start to use energy the market's not ready to produce yet.
It's unbelievable, Deborah. So as governor, what would you do with a city like Austin totally under foreign banking control?
We've got our work cut out for us, Alex. I don't know the specifics of how the Austin energy utility is set up. My understanding is that it is a private utility within the city of Austin. But
the city's giving them this power. The city says they're going to pass the law next month.
We have the opportunity in Texas, as you indicate, to make sure that the cities within our state are following state law. So I'd have to have legal counsel on here to look at how what they're doing, if what they're doing violates any city law. Certainly they should not have to do anything that the EPA regulates if Texas were standing up and defending us against the EPA. And you've got city council members. I'd say people need to be lobbying those city council members. But
I agree.
Like this is a change.
I agree.
That
Deborah,
they've already decided to do and needs to be rolled back.
Shifting gears, I've got the printouts, different newspaper and TV polls, some 91%, the lowest 68%. Every poll saying you won the debate. The polls say you won the last debate. Give us some of those poll numbers and talk about what happened in the debate last Friday.
Well, I think there were a lot more polls out on the first debate, and the lowest that we saw there was 62. We saw several up in the upper 80s and some in the low 90s. We've had several polls following this debate also in the 90s. The lowest I've seen this time around is 68%. So all of the polls were winning. There was a straw poll in Tarrant County yesterday. I don't know if you picked up on that. Tarrant County had a straw poll, conservative straw poll, and they looked at a whole bunch of different races. We won that governor's straw poll race up there as well. I think there's every indication that we're going to win this race in Texas, and I believe we're going to win it on March 2nd. I know the pundits are saying, okay, now Deborah's going to push it into a runoff, and there's a few of them even brave enough to say that I might make the runoff, but I'm telling you, we're going to win this race. We need help. We need all hands on deck. We've got time to do it. We've got just over 30 days. The momentum is there. Things are changing pretty quickly, and we've got an opportunity to really restore some freedom and prosperity here in Texas.
We're on several stations in Texas and all over the country. Run through what you would do as governor. And again, you've got a chance to win this. There's no way the Democrats will win if you're in position. So when we come back, I want to run through what you would do as governor on the open borders, on the gun grabbing, on every issue, what Debra Medina would do. And again, this is a message to the rest of the country, just like Massachusetts. No more business as usual. It's not just a Democrat-Republican issue. People are sick of Rick Perry. They're sick of Kay Bailey Hutchinson. They're sick of their propaganda. Debra Medina, stay with us.